Alright, everybody, this is a couple Karen stories from people that actually met Karen. Story number one. It's been long enough that I think anyone involved has forgotten since now. Now, I should say that this didn't happen to me personally, but it occurred in real time. While I was indirectly present, I was working for a phone company in a call center. We were training for a new scope of service. A part of that training involved listening to some of those calls that may be recorded for training purposes. Normally, the recordings are selected semi-randomly, but this one was specifically selected because it happened to a supervisor in our center 10 minutes prior. Karen called us in fury. It seemed that she had discovered that her son had replaced her number on his 5 favorite numbers list with contact information of an unknown female. She wanted to change it back. We legally could not do that. It's not her phone after all. And he made the change intentionally. When the agent on the call tells this, Karen flips. The only way a true Karen can. It's the full package, screaming, shouting, accusing us of being crooked, unfair, the customer is always right, etc., etc. At this point, I should mention that Karen was calling us from the store in her local mall. After about 5 minutes of Karen rage, we heard the following exchange. Serious authority voice, "Ma'am, if you can't calm down, we're gonna have to leave the store." Mostly Karen raging sounds like, "I will not calm down, they're cheating me," and so forth. "Okay, ma'am, you're under arrest." Shocked, disbelieving, pausing, Karen dreamed, "I'm what?" "You're under arrest, ma'am." For something muffled and unintelligible, this final declaration is followed by a sound of mobile phone clattering to the floor, from where the salesperson retrieves it. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think you have to worry about this anymore. She just got arrested." Regardless where it came from, Karen, it is now slang term for a female character. I think you already know that. So, yeah. That's what we're gonna, if you didn't know. Alright. Sorry. When I was working retail, this woman had a big bag of coupons. Most of them were unusable because they were either expired or they were duplicates. She berated me because the system was rejecting most of the coupons. She called me stupid amongst other names, telling me I just wasn't doing it right. Then, as the typical Karen would, she asked to speak with my manager. My manager came in and asked what the problem was. The woman ranted about how I was, because I didn't know how to scan a coupon. My manager looked at me. My manager called out the customer for being disrespectful for me and told the customer she had to leave the store. I hated working there. I'm so grateful that I had managers that totally didn't go by the customer is always right rule, and they weren't afraid to stand up for their employees. That was just one of many incidents. Wow, that is just... Karen, you don't know how to do this. Sometimes the worker is just the one you need to trust. You're not always right, Karen. In medical school, we had a Karen. She was not a very nice person. She was common to lose her temper on just about everybody being an overall bully. One day, she picked me as a target. Apparently, I was sitting in her seat. I asked her to point out to me where I was posted or embroidered on the seat. This was Karen's seat. I refused to budge. Professor entered the room. Karen protested to Professor. Professor proceeded to give her a verbal beatdown on entitlement and how these types of people make horrible doctors. Karen felt wrong and left. The whole class applauded as she was leaving. She mostly kept to herself afterwards. I feel it was long overdue justice being served. Wow. So you're in middle school? You're in medical school. Well, I can't say that. And you're like past elementary. No, you're past preschool. Saying that something is your seat, that's kind of a you're acting like a preschooler. Like that's just I really hope like something bad happens to you. You get expelled from school. You deserve it. Okay. The mother of a girl I went to school with comes into the shop I work at 5:58 p.m. We close at 6. Lights are half off. Front door is closed. Roller door is half down. And goes, "Hi, my name." I'm just running to grab a few things. Before I can tell her not to, she's gone into a few of the aisles. My manager comes over and goes, "What are you doing? We have to be done by 6. He went off to find her. She's already got a basket full of things going. Where are those capsicums? Can I just grab? Keep in mind, this is a fruit shop. Half the items come off the shelves into a cool room. My manager is literally the nicest guy ever and agrees to ring up her items as long as she pays card, as the cash is packed into a safe. No, that's ridiculous. I only have cash. My name. Hun, can you tell him I only have cash? So I tell her the exact same thing, that we literally can't access the cash once. The safe is closed for the day. Oh, well, you could just pay for it on your own card, and I'll get daughter's name to pay back. I tell her I just can't do that. She starts shouting about how unprofessional we are, that the shop is awful because half the items are gone. We were closed, and she's never coming back. Thank God. She avoids me at school events now, and I feel honestly sorry for her daughter. The stories I hear about this cow are shocking. Icing on the cake. Her name is actually Karen. Wow. So you're coming into a fruit shop and you're saying, hey, you guys suck because you don't have stuff on the shelves, and you can't have me pay cash. Like, that's just so unprofessional. When literally, Karen, you came in 2 minutes. 2 minutes before the store was about to close. You deserve that. Okay. Working retail one afternoon, and here comes Karen with a return. At first glance, it's no big deal, just coming in to return a shirt. She walks up to the register, hands me the receipt to start processing, and we exchange a pleasant greeting. I take the shirt out of the bag, examine it, and it's beyond disgusting. There were brown sweat stains all over it from the pits to stomach to the shoulder. It looked like whoever wrote it wrote in mud or some nonsense. I proceed to tell Karen that I cannot return the product because it clearly had been used, and only the unused and resellable items could be returned. Karen threw a fit. She started screaming at me and accusing me of calling her a liar and whatnot. I hold up the shirt and point to the brown pit stains and say, Karen, can't you see the stain? Oh man, did that make it worse. She continues making a huge scene and demands to see the manager. Newsflash, Karen, I am the manager. I'm not budging after 20 minutes or so of complaining. She finally leaves, saying she'll be complaining to corporate and getting me fired, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward a few days, a guy walks into the store, finds the first store associate he can find, and immediately asks for me by name. Uh-oh, here we go again. Anyway, my associate bring the guy over to where I am, standing, and I politely greet him. The guy spends the next 10 minutes apologizing for his crazy wife, Karen, verbally abusing my staff, and I, a few days prior, apparently, the guy went to the beach and did some type of CrossFit training in class. Karen knows all of this. She was at the class with him. The guy ended up not liking the shirt for some reason, and Karen thought she could pull a fast one by making up a scene. Think again, Karen. Wow. So you clearly are blind because that is a stain, but like trying to return it, you think that's gonna work? No. Idiots. Not very smart. Okay. When I worked at a bakery, Karen bought a chocolate cupcake and ate half of it. Karen then asked if she could return her half-eaten chocolate cupcake. Not because she didn't like it, because she wanted to exchange it for half a vanilla cupcake. Something less decadent. Like most bakeries, we do not sell cupcakes by the half. She became offended when I asked if she wanted to purchase a vanilla cupcake. Wow, that's where the story stops, and it's kind of sad. This is a short one. It's like one sentence. That I needed to leave the gym because I made her son feel like the only fat people that go to the gym. Wow. very entitled. Okay, this is a good side story for you. I was at the park with my daughter. She was 3 at the time. Her and a couple other kids started to play together. Then she attempted to use the monkey bars. She's a very adventurous child. About midway through, she fell. I didn't do anything because she's fallen before, and I want her to learn to get back up on her own and not to be scared to try again. Anyway, one of the boys was about to get on the monkey bars too until I heard a woman run toward him screaming to stop. She picked him up and looked at my daughter. Told her it wasn't smart to let her go on the monkey bars if she wasn't fully ready, because then others might get the same idea. That's when I got up and went to my daughter's defense sternly. I told the woman not to speak of her that way. It's no fault of hers. She wasn't scared to try something new. She took her kid and left. You're not funny, people. It's just not funny. Like, you think you're funny, you're not. You think you're Karen. You're not Karen, you're Karen. So that's why I'm gonna be real angry here, because you didn't have the guts to let your child try something new, because you're scared, oh, my child will get hurt and he'll have to go to the hospital. Nah, you fall off monkey bars, you're gonna live. And I bet that child was like older. That child might have been like 5. There's 4 or 5 maybe. That little girl was only 3. Some people just don't understand. Okay. I was working at a back drive at a fast food joint for years ago, and older Karen comes driving in to give her order. Now, this location doesn't have a speaker due to a neighborhood ordinance, so all the orders in the drive-thru are taken face-to-face. She orders a double cheeseburger without onions, and I ring it in, complete her order, and send her on her way. About 5 minutes after she's picked up her food, she comes back to the drive-thru and says, "They put onions on my burger." I apologize, put her a duplicate receipt to confirm to her and myself that I rang it up without onions. I then tell her that if she goes up to the front window and tells the manager who's working up front that they'll replace the burger for free and make it correctly. But I can't do anything about that. Give it back here. So she does so, and they give her a brand new cheeseburger and an apology. I thought that was the end of the situation, but boy was I wrong. Karen called the state government on me by name, demanding I be fired. I recall correctly, I was told that the Karen that she called the food safety department, the chamber of commerce, and the governor's office. The franchise owner was called to say that it turned out that Karen's allergic to onions, and she straight up accused me of deliberately ringing her sandwich with the wrong and trying to poison her. Then putting up a false duplicate receipt of her order to make her look like a liar. Keep in mind, that I read the receipt back to her, and she confirmed that it was her order. I didn't get along with the manager who was working at the time, but even he was like, that's complete crap. It wasn't even his mistake, it was the kitchen's, and we fixed it for her, the franchise owner was told by whichever branch of the state government. The franchise owner told the government. Whoever called Karen, whoever branch of the state government called them that the Karen had demanded that I be fired. I wasn't even written up, but I did stop wearing my name tag at work. Then I could get away with TLDR. Got the state government called on me because Karen, because of the kitchen, messed up an order, which got replaced free of charge. Could have been fired for a mistake that wasn't even mine. That's gonna wrap it up for you guys today. Bye.